there's a little bit higher, all right? So we didn't actually see, like, what I asked Patrick to do, I don't know if you heard, but to start, we actually need to work on getting a ball that really does, see, get up there sometimes. Okay, it's something you can't do at orange. Yeah, if I can get the ball up there, okay, see, now here we go. All right, so one of the things that we can use actively in a green that we couldn't use at orange is we can push the guy back. Right, orange, it was like, let's move him side to side and make a space. Now we can push him back to make a space, especially if we can start to explore this area. So on the impact points, if we go back to that little technical thing which we had before, red was like here and here, orange we went here and here, and remember we went down here, which is not what we were all expecting. And now green, if we work it, we can actually, especially remember the kids are shorter than these guys, unless they grow them really big in Alabama. All right, so we can hit them here and here a bit more. This is spaces which we didn't really have to play very much before. Okay, so that could be a real key tactic for us. Can the person push them back? On the orange court, when we went longer, what other thing did that create for us? More
angle control. Angles?
More angles, perfect AJ, well done. More angles. The fact that the court got longer, it wasn't the fact the court got wider, it was the fact the court got longer made us more angles. So now the court's got longer again. So we should spend some time helping the kids, like, so for example, you could push them back and hit an angle. That would be a legitimate pattern to work. All right? Okay, does anyone remember the thing I said, if I say swords and shields, right? A little bit of the difference between orange and green, we said it yesterday. So, what does that mean?
Okay, shield means defense and...
Good, well done Dave. Right, so shield means defense, so we're going to have active defense. Do you remember the active defenses we did yesterday on those little patterns? There were two of them.
Center versus wide.
Center and deep. So, yeah, we have to practice those kind of things. So that's where we might, and we've got a wider court now as well, so we might use those kind of split the court in 3 ideas, you know? And have a lot of act drills where we have a defender and an attacker. So like Hunter has to hit every ball back to the middle, yeah, and Patrick's not allowed to hit the middle. Those kind of drills. So he has to use the angles a lot more, the width of the court a lot more. Hunter has to defend deep to the middle the whole time. So those drills help our kids a lot. We want to put kids in situations where you're supposed to lose. Yeah? You're supposed to win because you can use the angles. He's supposed to defend and hang in there. All right? And we're a bit guilty of not doing those kind of drills. We're a bit guilty of doing all the attack drills, all the offensive drills, trying to win a point and not stay in a point or defend or stop the other guy. Okay? And remember yesterday when I was hitting with Mallory, even when we did the cross court versus cross court, what was Mallory's defense on that? She went to the middle, yeah? She went right here in the middle. Okay, she was working really hard to keep me here. Okay, so that's a bit more of a difference on orange because you have the width, you have that center shot a lot more. Yeah, centering deep to the middle is something all the kids need to learn to be able to do. And using the angles as the opposite, if you like the sword, is the other thing you need to be able to do. Do they need to practice cross court, cross court, cross court? Yes, absolutely. Do they need to practice approach and volley? We're going to do that a slightly different way. Do they need to practice all the other shapes? Keep it deep. Do they need to continue to work on their net skills? Can anyone think of a transitional skill that now the width is longer that I might use?
I have one drill that I put the kids doing the volleys. After that I tell mini tennis, ground strokes and fence.
Okay, you take them all the way back to the fence, yeah?
Yeah, running backwards and hitting balls from the fence, hitting the ball 3-4 yards over the net, and try to keep the kids getting used to hit the ball back, because that line is like 30 yards.
Yeah, all right. So AJ's saying basically he works, they work here, they work here, they work on the baseline, and then he works on balls right back here. You know why he works back on balls from back here? Because he's from Venezuela. Right? Okay, but you get the idea. Now, what you have to remember is, if the ball bounces high and your kid is 10 and he's this big, is he dealing with the same challenge that a professional player is dealing with? The answer is no, he's dealing with a harder challenge. Because actually, he's smaller. He's on the same size court, the ball's bouncing higher and relative to what, so, you know, and the other thing you're going to see, right? So this is the big challenge when you start moving your time back. The big challenge is this. If we give, let's see if Hunter can do it, right? Not sure he will, but we'll give it a go. If we give him the right ball, okay, come up to the baseline again. Okay, Hunter, I want that ball back here on the baseline. Okay, you might have to get up. Really? One more time. Okay. Hunter doesn't need to do it, so I'm not getting it, right? But what kids sometimes have to do, right? Let me just do this real quick one. Let's pretend this is a medicine ball. Right? Come stand in the middle. Right? Catch the medicine ball, keep your hands level, right, and throw it back to me, right? There you go. Catch it, throw it back. Right? So right now, at this position, right in the middle, that kind of red position, yeah? Patrick here just rotates through his spine, he uses this kind of rotation. I'm going to ask Patrick to do something. Catch the ball above your shoulder and keep it above your shoulder. You must keep your hands above your shoulder at all times. Basically, you've got to keep two hands above your shoulder all the way through the action. Alright, keep it above your shoulder. Keep that. That's alright, you can catch it. Catch it. Right, catch it. Take it back. You've got to rotate to get it. You've got to do this, right? You've got to do this. You've got to catch it like the medicine. Take it, keep it here and still throw it back to me. I'm going to be standing by that racket. Really stay there like that. Too weak, feeble. Catch it again. No, weak, feeble. Got any coaches in the house? Do you want to help him? That's not a rotation, that was almost like a basketball shot.
Use your abs.
Use your abs.
Yeah.
Use your leg.
You have to use his core.
It's not his abs, yeah, he actually is right, because the abs are the center to all of our body's communication. Right? Yeah, but there's something else he needs to give.
Legs.
Legs.
Yes, he needs to use his legs. Right, now let's watch him use his legs. So you're going to catch the ball like this, sit down, and then throw it. Okay? Catch it, sit, and throw. Just rotate the ball. Yeah? Right, but so if we get him here, he can actually still create a lot of energy and force through this point. Right? But if he keeps his legs straight, he will be very weak up here. See that? What does that say about that impact point for little kids? If they don't have the coordination that they can actually use all their body up and through the shot, yeah, you're going to get stuff like this kind of thing going on with a big Western grip and just the arm. And it's going to be quite weak. So the point here is you need some stuff where they can actually coordinate and use the whole body to come through the ball. Now I was trying to push Hunter back. I was hoping Hunter was going to use his legs a lot more, but he's just a bit too cool for school this morning with the shades on, and he didn't need to be honest. So, yeah, that kid's going to need whole body coordination.
Do you use a 6-pound medicine ball? I know it depends on the size of the kid.
To start with, we just use a little basketball and build it up.
Yeah, not too heavy, yeah.
Yeah, the little, you know those little mini basketballs you can buy? I use those right from the start on everything. With throwing, because basically I want that kid, if you keep two hands together on those, we're going to do it in a minute anyway, you're going to get a lot of work on rotation. And remember, rotation is something you need on a tennis court. Every shot you rotate your body, and you don't do it every day. Yeah? If we go down to Piggly Wiggly's now, the best supermarket name in the world, right, and you watch people watching the car, even the tennis players are not going, I'm working on the tennis. Right? You do this. Yeah? You tell me something today you did. I can name one thing guaranteed you all did. Well, you did this today.
Seatbelt.
Seatbelt, well done. Raphael, yeah? You put your seatbelt on. Sorry, if you drove, you did that one, didn't you? Working out which side of the car I'm driving on right now. Alright? Yeah, you did that one. Other than that, you probably don't do any rotations. How many rotations do you do in 3 sets of tennis? Between 900 and 1,000 on average. Between 900 and 1,000 times you rotate your upper body, and yet you didn't practice it at all off the tennis court. Right? And you certainly didn't practice it up here. So you have to be really careful of these things, because there's a potential danger at that point when the kid jumps to green and they're still small and they're not coordinated and strong through their body, that now the ball's bouncing over their head and you're not going to get adaptation, you're going to get mutation. We don't want mutants playing tennis. Yeah? We want little skilled stars. Alright, okay, let's just cover all the bases on green. There is nothing different on the serve, other than you should have a more effective second serve. Yeah? Classic practice to do a lot with the green kids. Serve from here. It's a little bit like AJ was saying. Serve from here. Spend some time serving from back here. Get some kids to practice serving from back here. So up on the ball. He says as he hits it in the net.
God dang it, put it away,
Oh, sorry, Coach, sorry. I was paying attention to the guy there. There we go. All right? All right? Okay, so you guys, if you spend some time doing that, there and there and there and there, the kids will get used to it. Remember, don't just spend time serving from the baseline. Okay? The kid's not going to learn to adapt. So serve normally goes backwards from orange to green, because the kid went from here to here. They didn't get much bigger in height, right? But they now have to hit from a lot further back. Okay. In most countries they actually lower the net in orange, but we don't do that here. All right. That's to encourage players to go forwards. Right. But so you're hitting over a bigger target, the same net, but from further back. It's harder. Your body hasn't changed a lot. You've got to use your legs a little bit more on green. So the parameters in terms of what you're trying to do is exactly the same, except you're going to add a bit more second serve. Bigger difference, a bit more spin. The second serve parameter trying to keep the guy back, those sort of things. Yeah?